Three keen as mustard amateur cooking couples are competing against one another.
Some people call it cheating, we call it ingenuity.
He's going to do as he's told this time.
What's the point in going safe? It's a competition.
To lay on the best food for some very demanding party hosts.
It's very important to me that everything is perfect.
Each day they need to prepare in advance.
We've got this.
Right.
Before finishing their cooking at the party venue.
I think she's just panicking as she always does.
And serving up to a horde of hungry partygoers.
In the teacher's word, could do better.
Absolutely spectacular.
The host will decide which couple's food they'd pay the most for.
At the end of the day, there can only be one winner.
By the end of the week, they'll have all cooked for 5 parties.
And away we go.
When the top earners will walk away with all their cash.
I would love to win.
On today's show, there's mistimings.
Well, you burnt them.
I told you I'm no good at baking.
And misgivings.
It's got no taste to it at all.
As afternoon tea ends in afternoon tears.
I can't go and do it now, can I?
Meet this week's competing cooks. First up, energetic estate agent Khaleesha and laid-back hubby Perry.
Khaleesha's the chef without a doubt. I'm just a bit of a sous chef background. I'll just do the knick-knacks, chopping,
washing up.
She's a one-woman army. She won't ask for any help or anything of anyone hardly.
Why do you need to ask for help if you can do it yourself?
Next, it's barbecue-loving postman Danny and his partner Jane.
We don't eat meat to excess, but we always... Oh my God! I was trying to keep a straight face then.
No!
Without wanting to sound offensive to vegetarians, but they're always skinny and pasty white. They look ill, don't they?
No, I know some troublicious vegetarians.
What do they eat then?
Well, food.
They love entertaining friends, but now want to prove they can cook for a bigger party.
I really want to win. I'll be so happy. I'll be like, woo, woo. Cheers.
And finally, wine-loving foodies landscape gardener Tania and her partner Steve.
We might say a red one night, we might have a white the next night.
We don't drink rosé anymore, do we, for some reason?
No, it gets you really drunk.
It does get me too drunk.
I quite like that.
I'm by far the best cook.
I'd like to disagree, but I can't disagree because she's the boss.
Here's the first host of the week, professional baker Carol, who spends her working life cooking up tasty treats. Now she wants someone else to don the aprons for her birthday bash.
It's something that I do for my clients, and because I do it for my clients, I actually don't have it done for me. So I would like these cooks to come up with something really special.
Professional baker Carol requires each amateur couple to lay on a selection of sweet and savoury dishes from a budget of £80.
What I'm looking for is great flavours, amazing presentation. I won't settle for anything less.
Oof. After the party, Carol will decide how much she'd pay for each couple's food before announcing the day's top cooks. After the 4 remaining parties, the couple with the most profit will be crowned overall winners and take home the cash they've earned. With a week's worth of parties to go, it's all to cook for. All 3 couples are getting started at home before finishing off at the party venue. Khaleesha and Carpenter Perry are carefully preparing a classic afternoon tea.
This is how organised my missus is. She has to write everything down, get everything in preparation. She's give me all a list of what I've got to do. She knows what she's got to do.
So, to do, assemble their 3 different types of fancy sandwiches: roast chicken, goat's cheese, pepper and walnuts, and egg and cress at the party. They need to get a head start on some of the fillings to save precious time at the venue.
Bit of goat's cheese, roast pepper and walnut, bit of roast chicken. Connoisseur me when it comes to a sandwich.
No mayonnaise just yet. We're not mixing it. We're going to go to the
venue and do that.
Please, because it's all just going to sit there and be cold, isn't it?
It is now. There'll be 3 sweets: creamed scones, toffee and walnut muffins, and shortbread. So Khaleesha's opted for a shortcut.
Never made muffins before, hence I've gone for the ready mix.
It's not your strong point, I must admit. Very rare that you do a dessert for me.
It's even rarer that she cooks for a professional baker. The packet mix is a definite gamble, but nothing a good dollop of toffee sauce can't hide, hopefully. Time's tight, and now they might need another go at their shortbreads.
That's burnt.
Well, you have picked the darkest one up.
Can start again.
If you want to.
Yeah?
Cooks Danny and student nurse Jane are confident going into the first party.
I think this is probably one of the easier ones.
Do ya?
Yeah.
Oh, I think this is hard.
It's only cakes and sandwiches, isn't it?
They're going with a classic afternoon tea. Cucumber, egg and cress and ham and mustard sandwiches, but they're mixing it up with an intriguing Stilton scone.
So it's Stilton with parsley, butter, flour. It said milk, but I did it with water by accident. So hopefully it'll turn out right. If it don't, that's my fault. I don't ever bake. I'll tell a lie, I've done a chocolate cake out of a packet for my little boy's birthday.
Well, you'll know baking is all about timing.
Oh no!
Or not.
Well, you burnt them.
They're burnt.
The one thing you had to do was keep an eye on the timings.
We'll pack that and do another batch. They can't eat them.
Hey, the Stilton scones might be a bit burnt, but at least when it comes to the 3 desserts, macarons, shortcakes and brownies, you'll have learnt your lesson. Ah.
Tell you what, when we do cakes for the next thing, I'm doing them.
I told you I'm no good at baking.
The last of our 3 cooking couples are Tania and contracts manager Steve.
I think presentation and look means everything in cooking and baking.
They're complementing their sandwiches, cream cheese, beef and radish and cucumber with a very, interesting sounding carrot-shaped pastry.
Puff pastry carrots filled with
Egg mayonnaise and cress. And it's just a really nice twist, and they look visually absolutely brilliant once they're done.
Yep, all that food colouring certainly making them look radiant.
Put quite a lot on, and all the little cracks as well.
Don't worry, he is. But Steve may have come up short on the pastry strips.
The strips are far too slim. That is why he needs constant supervision in the kitchen.
There's that thumbprint coming on the head again. Can anybody see that? Just there, look. Now let's go in the oven now for 10 minutes at 180.
And Steve and Tania's creative approach is extending to their desserts too. Cupcakes, lemon tarts and champagne cream-filled chocolate cups that will be finished at the party venue.
These are what I've made, chocolate cups from water balloons that we popped very carefully, because I did have a little accident with one of them when it exploded in my face.
That was funny.
But apart from that, yeah, they're looking quite good.
Preparation time over.
Get them in the box and let's go.
The cooks need to get themselves and their food to the venue and meet their rivals.
What do you think they've been making?
Sandwiches, darling.
There's only so much you can do for afternoon tea, isn't there? So they've all got to be doing the similar sort of things as what we're doing.
Blimey, this is like a bit posh round here, isn't it?
Before afternoon tea is served, professional baker Carol's keen to hear what treats lie in store for her guests.
Hello everybody, lovely to meet you. I'm Carol, I'm hosting this party. Tell me what you're cooking.
We're doing Stilton and parsley scones and finger sandwiches.
And chocolate brownies with strawberry shortcakes.
Lovely.
We are going to do goat's cheese with roast pepper
I
and
do
walnut.
love goat's cheese.
And for our sweet,
We'll be making toffee and walnut muffins, fresh scone and homemade jam, and also a shortbread.
Scones and shortbread are what I always serve for my vintage teas.
We've got egg mayonnaise and a puff pastry with a twist.
And for dessert, we are serving champagne cream in a chocolate cup with strawberries. That sounds divine. A lemon tart and cupcakes. Well, my guests are about to arrive, so I think you should get cooking.
She sounds like she knows what she's doing.
Without doubt.
When she said shortbread and scones are my thing, I was like,
I'm guessing we're all on the same page standard-wise.
I think that she will give us a little bit of leeway, knowing that we're not master bakers.
You keep thinking that.
Yeah.
As Carol's guests arrive for the party, Jane and Danny are up first and have a 45-minute window to get all of their dishes out.
I'm shaking. When you slice the cucumber, do it nice and slim.
This is the first time Jane and Danny have ever catered for strangers, let alone a professional baker.
One of you said we should open up a restaurant, darling, or a cafe, or a pub that did food.
Yeah, maybe we'll put that on the back burner.
Not care and effort going into these.
You've got to have the taste, but presentation is everything.
True, but there's only so much you can do with sliced white bread.
Easy on the mustard, Danny. Not everyone wants their head blown off.
No, but everyone does need feeding.
Savoury's ready. You're serving.
Hello, my lovely.
Coming up, cooks chase the clock
Quickly, run.
as tensions mount.
Stop washing up. You don't need to wash up. We need to do this. Crack on.
And it's a question of taste.
But I'll spit it out. Sorry.
Before today's winners are revealed.
My top cooks are...
Professional baker Carol is hosting an afternoon tea party to celebrate her birthday. 3 competing amateur couples are serving up the food and hoping to be named today's top cooks. Jane and Danny are first to serve their savoury dishes.
Right, we've got some Stilton and parsley scones and some finger sandwiches with egg and watercress, cucumber and cream cheese and ham and mustard.
It's really bland. It's got no taste to it at all. I expected the Stilton to come out more, really.
Earlier, Jane burnt the first batch of Stilton scones, but had time to make a second lot. She's hoping they'll be the standout savoury.
They're nice, but I can't taste the Stilton.
It should be overpowering,
yeah,
Stilton, but it's not.
You can taste the chives in it, but not the Stilton.
Today is the first chance for the 3 couples to size up their rivals for the week.
I wouldn't give it anything for presentation.
I'm not a lover of Stilton, but this, I could eat that. That's really good.
It tastes very nice. Is there eyelash on that one?
Second to serve are Khaleesha and Perry with their posh sandwich selection.
This is how I do my daily living, this is. Wake up in the morning, sandwich for my lunch.
They're hoping to impress with careful presentation and fancy fillings, including a cheeky goat's cheese and roasted pepper number that's dipped in crushed walnuts.
It's got to look good. You don't want to be eating food not presentated nice, you know.
Presentated? Presented?
Presented, sorry. I'm from Essex.
That was supposed to be on brown bread, remember? Chicken salad.
Was it?
Yeah, doesn't matter. Carry on.
Sorry.
Khaleesha's in charge today, or trying to be.
We haven't even got the first thing out yet, Perry.
Well, sorry.
Stop washing up. You don't need to wash up. We need to do this. Crack on.
Oh, what do you think, babes? For a bit enough morning wheat and chew here, or...?
No.
They're halfway through their service and nobody's tasted anything yet.
Sorry about the wait. Here we go. Enjoy, ladies.
Ah, a perfect afternoon tea, elegant sandwiches, a good old chatter. But something's missing, I'm sure.
Afternoon tea, what does it mean?
Means tea in the afternoon.
Oh, exactly. Didn't serve tea. Oopsie. Never mind, eh?
The goat's cheese with the walnut on the edge, it really is very, very tasty.
A promising start.
If I was going to have afternoon tea, I'd want something a little bit different than just an egg roll.
Bread's a bit dry.
Yeah.
But a less promising finish.
Presentation's plain again, sorry to say.
Sorry. I'll spit it out. Sorry. That's close. The goat's cheese with the pepper. No.
Last up are presentation-obsessed Tania and Steve.
This is potentially how it's going to work if I don't break the bread.
There's a sandwich selection, but the star of their savouries is their puff pastry carrots, stuffed with egg mayonnaise.
I haven't actually tried putting egg mayonnaise through a piping bag. It is working perfectly.
Yep, haven't seen a better carrot-shaped pastry ever.
Try and cut that deal a little bit shorter. That's just like crazy.
Crazy, all right. And all this attention to detail has left them with only 4 minutes to get all their food out.
It doesn't matter how pretty it looks, it's got to go out on time.
And Steve just makes it, armed with an extra special touch for the birthday girl.
Good evening, ladies. Carol, these are for you. No problem at all.
That's impressive. That looks lovely.
The carrot pastries have taken up the vast majority of their prep and service time. Have they paid off?
The pastry is very bitter. It's a really unusual taste.
Presentationally, it looks really, really brilliant. But flavour-wise, a little disappointing.
This is so pretty to look at, but the pastry's really bitter.
Maybe just a tad too much orange food colouring.
Very bitter taste.
It's like a chemical in it or something.
The guests take a taste break and the cooks take stock of their efforts.
My granddad always used to say the key to success is low standards. So, I think we've nailed it.
Well, it was a lot harder than what I thought when I was only making sandwiches.
Tomorrow's cooking, we will do more at home. Definitely more will be done at home.
First up for desserts are Jane and Danny with something that they, burnt at home earlier.
It's just crumbling. We're gonna have to hide
I don't even want to look. I don't even want to look.
They've decided to try and hide their burnt brownies by putting them next to big, full fat-filled scones.
Look at this curdled cream.
I think you're going to be too worried about the brownies to be bothered about the cream.
Time to find out.
These are a bit too rich for me, and they're very, very dry.
I was expecting clotted cream, and I think it's, just whipped cream.
The brownies have got a nice flavour, but they are dry.
Yeah, not sure they got away with that one. Second to serve their sweets, it's Khaleesha and Perry with freshly baked scones and packet mix muffins. Let's focus on the scones then, shall we?
Please bake for Mummy.
Not only are the scones homemade, so is the jam.
Fresh jam's going to be the winner here, I think.
I am over the moon with the scone. I'm really hoping the middle of it is cooked. Hopefully the jam and the clotted cream will wow them.
The jam's good. That's really sweet. Very sweet.
Just gooey and lovely. Yummy. Very good.
That's a well-received scone. Now for the packet mix muffins that will be served with a lovely gooey toffee sauce.
They've got a lovely flavour. You can really taste caramel, but they are a little bit dry.
Dry, you say, Carol? Ugh, something's been left in the kitchen.
I've just realised that I didn't put the toffee sauce all over the muffin. I've tried my hardest. Perry, if one thing I want to say is I'm really, really...
Hey, don't be sad, please.
It's alright.
Alright, come on.
I can't go and do it now, can I?
No, because you've run out of time. Sorry, Khaleesha. Last up, it's Tania and Steve with their 3 sweets: lemon tarts, champagne cream-filled chocolate cups,
Oh, sugar.
and cupcakes
We're missing the cupcakes.
that they've left at home. Make that 2 sweets then.
Just have to go with that.
I'm gutted. Absolutely gutted. Quickly, run.
2 impressive-looking desserts, though.
Presentation is superb. It's really, really good.
You can really taste the champagne in it as well, can't you? It's beautiful.
Lovely. Strawberry, champagne, and chocolate. Perfect combination.
And this champagne and chocolate and strawberries, that's particularly good. I have to say, I'm really enjoying this.
That is cool.
How cool is that?
Carol takes a moment with her guests to discuss the food and decide how much she'd be willing to pay for each of the couple's grub.
It's very close. Very close.
Jane and Danny struggled with the baking brief, burning their first batch of scones and all of their brownies.
I think we've learnt But I need to keep an eye on the timings in the oven.
Khaleesha and Perry forgot a crucial ingredient for a key dish.
Fingers crossed it's gone better than what we think.
While Tania and Steve forgot one of their dishes completely.
I was thrown by the fact that I'd left my cupcakes at home.
The decision has been made. Carol is ready to name today's top cooks.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello again.
Lovely to see you all smiling and relaxed. I'd like to say to each of you, well done. Couple number one, you obviously read your brief and you remembered tea, which was perfect. Couple number two, your sandwiches were delicious. And couple number three, your presentation was beautiful. So it's been really hard, but my top cooks are Tania and Steve.
So impeccable presentation from Tania and Steve swayed Carol and her guests.
But we're good under pressure.
Well, I'm not sure if that knife that you had in your hand wasn't tempting to get buried inside of me at one point.
You know what's cool?
Best team one, I think.
Yeah, best team one, definitely.
I felt that their food wasn't as tasty as ours.
It tasted rubbish.
Steve and Tania are on a high after bagging the first Top Cook Award of the week.
Bring on tomorrow.
And when Carol's valuations are added to anything the couples saved on their budget, the scores after Party 1 are Tania and Steve on £220, Perry and Khaleesha on £200, Danny and Jane are on £150. The cooks are completely unaware of their scores, but they do know what they're up against.
Now that we've seen the opposition, I think we know the benchmark now.
Going forward, I think there will be less emphasis on presentation and more on taste.
Next time, the promise of perfection.
I don't think we'll get any complaints tonight.
Criticism gets toxic.
You can taste the chemicals in it, can you?
And breakdowns in the kitchen.
Oh, the oven.
That oven's gone out on us, hasn't
I know, it has gone out.
Too Many Cooks continues at the same time tomorrow here on 4. Tonight at 8:30, follow the journey from farm to plate in new series The Food Chain. Stay with us, The Simpsons are coming your way next.